Hey everyone, so today we're looking at some very exciting and fun theory and really useful as well. And now I know a lot of you out there are probably thinking, fun theory? I don't know. Trust me, it is fun and exciting because this is where a lot of people tend to have like their light bulb moment where everything just starts coming together and they start working out just how useful and powerful theory can be. Today we're looking at diatonic chords that are found within major key signatures. There are other types of key signatures, but we're looking specifically at major key signatures today. You're still probably thinking to yourself, it still doesn't sound like too much fun. Okay, well let's do a real life example, okay? So it's a real life example, you want to write a song, you're not sure where to begin. You know, sometimes like you can look down at the guitar, you can look at the piano, there's so many notes to choose from, you know, where to begin, you know, and even if you find something that you like, a chord that you like or a chord progression that you like, you get stuck, you don't know where to push on forward. So this is the type of theory that really helps in that regard and sort of helps you get through those roadblocks, okay? So that you know that when you make a major scale, and remember we've got all those videos in my channel, so go back if you're not sure, you know when you make a major scale that all of those notes are in the major key signature. So for example, we've got a C major scale, okay? Now they're all the notes in C major. I always come back to C major because it's good that you can visually see there's no sharps or flats, but we will do this in a few different examples. So they're all the notes in the C major scale. Now they're also all the notes in the C major key signature, okay? So now it's getting into the exciting stuff. So you've got that C major scale, you've got no sharps or flats, but every step of the way, okay? So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C again. Every step of the way from all of those notes, you can build chords. And just to recap, we've got a major scale, that's actually all the notes within the C major key signature, okay? No sharps and no flats in C major. Each step of the way, you can build a chord, okay? So that's what we're looking at because there's an order. So the order is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. So what that means, what that order means, here it is, it's all written down, and it's a good idea to write this somewhere down or, you know, save this video for later, just so you can remember. But so that's the order, okay? So major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and then we're back at the start again, but higher. So it's major again because it's C. So you might be thinking to yourself, great, all right, now I know all of the diatonic chords that are in any major key signature. It's a pretty big deal. It's great that you guys are understanding that. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well I know those chords, I know the order of chords, but what are actually the notes in the chords? So that's the next step. So we're going to do it really quickly in two different ways. Now, I'm just going to give you an example of a major chord, a minor chord, and a diminished chord, because as you can see from this order, they're the main diatonic chords that can be found in the key signature. You can definitely create other chords and different extensions, but in terms of just writing out triads, 1 through 5 triads, this is the order, okay? Now that you've got that knowledge, let's have a look. So we're going to find out the notes in C major. So what you could do is you could write out the C major scale again, okay? Done. Write scale degrees at the bottom, 1 to 8. Now that you've done that, all you need is 1, the root, the 3rd degree, and the 5th degree. Get rid of everything else. Done. They're your notes in C major. It's just that easy, okay? Another way you can do it is by going back and looking at intervals, okay? So again, go back and check out the other two videos that we've got on intervals. So let's write out all of the notes from C and all of the semitones from C all the way up to C again. Now the reason we've written out all the semitones starting on C is because we're looking at the C major chord. In the next chord that we look at, D minor, we'll do the same thing but starting on D. Okay, so you've got all those semitones, great. Now all you need to do is you need to count up, you've got your first note, so C, you know that's going to be the root, and now you want the major third above that, or you just count up 4 semitones from your root note. So let's count up that semitone. So you've got C, then you move up a semitone, you've got C sharp or D flat, move up another semitone, then you've got D, move up another semitone, you've got D sharp or E flat, and then finally one more semitone, the 4th semitone up, is E, and that's your major third. So you've got C and E. So all you do to get the perfect 5th is you count up 7 semitones from your root note. So you've got C, you count up another one, you've got C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and then G. So 7 semitones up is going to be your perfect 5th, and that's what we want in a major triad, 1, 3, 5. Done. So you've got C, E, and G. So just repeat those two methods when you want to create any major chord. Works every time for any major chord that there is, okay? So now we're going to have a look at what notes can be found in a minor chord and how you would get those notes, okay? So it makes sense. Remember, here's all the diatonic chords that can be found in C major. So it makes sense if we look at D minor, okay? That's the next step up. So let's have a look at all the notes in D minor. So two ways again. You can write out the D major scale, okay? We've done that. And now the notes in a minor triad are 1, flat 3 or minor 3, and just a perfect fifth again, okay? So really we just want the 1, the 3, and the 5. So get rid of everything else. So you've got D, F, and A. That's it. They're the notes in D minor. So let's have a look at it the other way. So you write all the notes coming up from D, okay? So all those semitones. Now you want a minor third and you want a perfect fifth. So again, we've got D because that's the root note. Done. So now we want the minor third. So you just count up 3 semitones. So D, E flat, E, F. Done. That's the minor third. And now again, go back to the root to get the perfect fifth. Count up 7 semitones from D. So you've got D, E flat, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, A. Done. Easy. So you've got the 1, you've got the flat 3, and you've got the 5. That's a minor chord. Simple. Now let's have a look at diminished. So we're almost finished, guys. Well done for making it this far. And now we're going to have a look at the final type of chord that you can find when you're looking at triads in a key signature. So you're going to find your diminished chord every time in a major key signature starting from the 7th degree. So in our example, starting the 7th degree is B, and so that's where we're going to build our diminished chord, but the same process you can do for any other diminished chord. You just pick another note name and that's fine. So again, same way, write out all the notes in a B major scale. Now you write out those scale degrees. You only want the 1 and the 3 and the 5. Done. Get rid of the rest. Okay, so that's your B major chord, okay? But what you have to do to turn it diminished is you flatten or you take down a semitone, the 3rd degree and the 5th degree. So D sharp becomes D and F sharp becomes F. So that's it. That's the notes. So you've got 1, flat 3, flat 5. That equals a diminished chord, and in this example you've got B. So you've got B, D, and F. They're the notes in the B diminished chord. So let's do it the other way. So we've written up all the semitones, okay? And now you've got the first note, B. That's the root. Done. So just 2 more notes to get. Now in a diminished chord, you've got a minor third or a flattened 3rd degree, and you've got a flattened 5th degree. So let's start up. So we've got B, then you count up 3 semitones, and you've got D. That's your minor third. So that's the third. So B and D. And now we're going to continue up to the next one. So now you count up, go back to the root and count up 6 semitones, because remember it's not a perfect fifth, which is 7, it's flat, so it's 1 semitone back, so it's 6 semitones. Count up from B, 6 semitones, and you've got F. And that's how you would make a diminished chord. That's it, guys. Well done. Good job for making it to the end. Let's have a quick recap. You've done so well. So now you know what notes are in a major key signature. Now you know what chords are going to be in that major key signature. Now you know how to find the notes within those chords. So there's no stopping yourself now. Now that you know all of that information, it's going to be so much easier to start writing music, because you're going to know what chords are going to work well in any order, and then you're going to know what notes to play over those chords as well. It's really, really important, guys, that you've watched this video and you've made it through to the end. Well done. And just on a final note, guys, if you like this video and you like the amount of effort that I put into all my videos, click the like button. If you want to learn more about theory and more about guitar, weekly videos, 2 videos a week, hit the subscribe button so you never miss out. And that's it, guys. So if you have any questions, you like something that I did, or you're confused about something, just leave a comment below. And thank you again to all the subscribers, and thanks for making it this far, guys. And in the next video, what we're doing is we're learning how to play all of those chords that are in C major that we've looked at. I'm going to show you how to play all of them. And if you've got a capo, I'm going to show you how to play every chord in every key signature in the next video. Okay.